Hey folks, Chef Pepper here once again. We got some beautiful Maine seafood here. I'm getting ready to do a seafood chowder. First of all, I want to thank all my subscribers, all the new subscribers. I really appreciate all the love. This is basically going to be for a seafood chowder, and I have more seafood, but I'm doing it for a couple of really good friends of mine. And I just wanted to show you some of these crabs, the size of these Maine rock crabs. These things are just so beautiful. They're so big and they're so lively. I mean, I know you saw the ones that I had last time in my Alaskan king crab and my spider crabs, but these are beautiful also Maine crabs that just came out of the water a couple of hours ago. And these are going to be cooked and shucked for the chowder that I'm going to be doing. And these are just beautiful. Lobsters are through the roof right now as far as the price is concerned, so we're only going to use a few lobsters. But these are also live scallops. These scallops come from New Bedford, I do believe, and these were in the water this morning also. And these are beautiful, and this is how you can tell if a scallop is still alive. It's a muscle, so it has to keep that shell locked and closed. If it's not locked or closed, then it means that it's not alive. And if you do see it open a little bit, if you squeeze on it, it should shut. It should completely seal so that you know that it's still alive. And if you ever get a scallop and it doesn't have that, it's always good to when you shuck it, to flick the actual muscle to see if there's any movement, and that's how you show that that it's really still alive and it's safe to eat raw or for sashimi. And as far as these oysters are concerned, when you're making a seafood chowder, it's really good if you use some of the juice from the oysters, not a lot, because you don't want it to overpower the chowder. We're also going to use something called bacalao, which is salted fish. Usually the premium fish to use is codfish or haddock. It's really hard to find good quality bacalao. The cheaper stuff is pollock is what's used, and a lot of places they wait till the fish is old before they salt it and put it for sale. But the person that I got this from, I actually went to a site, eBay site, and it shows you the actual process. It shows you the filleted fresh fish through every stage of the bacalao making. It takes about a week and a half to cure it in that salt, and it makes the fish really solid. It's no longer flaky when you cook it, and it's used a lot in the Caribbean, and a lot of Spanish cultures use it. But it's salted fish, and this has been boiling for I'd say this has been boiling for about an hour now, and we've changed the water twice. So it takes a lot of the salt out. You don't want all the salt completely out, because it pretty much eliminates the purpose why you actually salted it, because it's got its own really good flavor, and it has more of a meat-like consistency. If you look and you see how flaky that is, that's flake, but the consistency no longer falls apart. It's meat-like, and it's really delicious. It's got a really good taste to it, and you can take little pieces. It's cooked after you've got it in the water for a while, and you can taste it to see how much salt is still in it. You taste the thicker part, and that is absolutely delicious. That has a little bit of salt still left in it, but we're going to let it go for a little bit longer so that it has a really nice consistency and the salt isn't too strong. Now I have my water going for my lobster and my crab, and then the scallops. I don't know if I showed you guys how to actually shuck a scallop, but I'll be happy to do it again while I'm waiting for the water to get ready for these. I'm going to reach over here and grab my clam knife so that I can shuck one of these scallops for you guys. And I'm going to grab a nice little bowl over here so that we can see exactly what is entailed in shucking a scallop. So we have a clam knife. You can use a decent sized clam knife. It doesn't have to be anything. You don't want to use a clam knife that's going to be razor sharp. And because the scallop shell is sealed, you want to get it into this opening and kind of curve it up to get that meat as close to the shell as you possibly can. And be careful for this shell, because when you're moving around, your knuckles right there, and these are sharp. So I just now pulled it open. That's what the top shell looks like. That's the actual scallop that I cut from the top. And then you want to take your clam knife and you want to run it right along the bottom of that shell so that it falls right off. There's your top shell. Now you want to take your scallop and clean all the skirts off of it. Now the skirt that's around it is edible. I'm going to show you guys. The only thing that you don't really want to eat is the dark poop sack. But just like if you guys remember the surf clam that I did, we discarded that, and you take salt. Here's your scallop though. This is your scallop, and as you can see, it's still alive. When you flick it, did you see it move? It tightens up like a heart. Did you see that lump right there? That shows that it's alive. Well, you guys know it is because I just shucked it. So we'll take that and put that to the side for right now. And what we want to do is we want to take this part, the skirt. This is also edible. Here's the liver. I'm not going to eat that. We're going to pull that out. So I'm going to show you guys what the liver looks like. That's the liver. We don't want to eat that either. We're just going to keep the frill, which is the skirt. And what you want to do, those are the little baby scallop parts that come with it. We want to get some salt. And what we're going to do is we're going to put the actual scallop, we'll put that to the side. And we'll put the scallop, we'll lay that on there for now. That's a beautiful scallop, and that's going to be really nice to eat raw. I'm going to actually eat that raw in a few seconds. But you take some salt, just like this, right on that skirt, and you just rub it. And this is rock kosher salt, kosher sea salt. You just kind of wash it, like really rub it into the frill to get all that slime off. And what I'm going to do with it is I'm going to fry it. I'm going to bread it in a tempura batter, and I'm going to fry it. And it's going to be really good. I'll be right back, folks. So yeah, take a look at that beautiful seafood. It's so nice to live in Maine, where we get all this beautiful fresh seafood right out of our wonderful waters. We live right off of Casco Bay. And this stuff is so available to us. I mean, I also do videos on crayfish or crawfish from Louisiana and things like that. But this is just the most beautiful, beautiful seafood. And it's so nice to get it, to be able to get it fresh right out of the water and take advantage of the resources that we have. Okay, so I'm rinsing it off right now. So what we're going to do is we're going to bring it back and show you what it looks like once it's all rinsed off. And so here it is, folks. And it's nice and clean. And all you want to do with that is put a little bit of salt, sprinkle some salt on that, and you bread it in anything that you want and put it in some oil and fry it. And it's really delicious. If you guys like fried clams, it's just absolutely delicious. It's really nice to eat.
Can I ask a question?
Absolutely.
How long do you fry it for?
Well, this is the thing. When it's alive like this, you only need to fry it for about 2 to 3 minutes. Tops. It depends on, you know, how many you have in your oil. But what you want to do is you want you can even eat that raw, but it's a little bit more chewy. But once you fry it to where it's the outside, the tempura or the breadcrumbs or whatever you want to fry it in or dredge it in is golden brown, and you pull it out, put it on a rack or a paper towel, and then you eat it the same amount of time as you would fry a clam. Just a couple of minutes is all you need. You don't want to overcook it because it's going to become rubbery. That was a very good question. So that was for my scallop. I'm just going to rinse that off for a second, and then we're going to slice into that, and we're going to eat that right now. There's nothing more delicious than a beautiful live clam that just came out of the water. And there it is, folks. So I'm going to go ahead and clean up my board a little bit. We'll put the salt back. And we're going to just cut right into it so you guys can see exactly what it looks like. You guys know that the weather's been really hot and humid lately. Everywhere. Everywhere we turn, there's a lot of heat waves going on. So I hope you guys are staying nice and cool. All right, so we're going to take our scallop, and the way that you can slice your scallop, don't try this at home, guys. You always want a nice sharp knife, but we're gonna cut it against the grain of the mussel, and it's just gonna be really nice. So if you take a look at that, and you'll see, take a good close-up of that, and you'll see a glisten in the meat. That's how you know that it's still alive, and it's just so beautiful. Oh, she almost got caught by one of those live crabs, folks.
Excuse me. Oh.
And if you so desire, what's always really nice
Behave yourself.
is if you have some really nice light soy sauce. We can put a little bit in a nice little dish. I mean, this is not necessarily, this is just the way that I like to eat it. And this is more than likely the only way that I'll be able to convince my sister to try some. Because it's very, very good. And we put a little bit of wasabi on there. Okay. All right, and so we're gonna stir it up a little bit. I like to use chopsticks when I do this. So let me get some chopsticks. We're gonna see just how this beautiful New Bedford scallop tastes. So we just roll that around a little bit of wasabi in the sauce. You mix it up as you so desire. You take a nice piece of the scallop. Oops. Oh, it's alive, guys. It's alive. You pick the scallop up, roll it around in that wasabi. Oh my word. That is absolutely delicious. That's what Maine seafood is supposed to taste like, folks. That was absolutely delicious. Sister, would you like to try it, please?
Sure, if this crab will leave me alone.
All right, now my sister, she's not like me. She's not really willing to try as many things, but she wants to try some of the scallops. So we're gonna let her go ahead and try a piece of this scallop. You gonna do it on camera?
Nope.
Isn't that delicious?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Well, folks, there you have it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and start cooking up some of this stuff to make this chowder. And as we get deeper into the chowder, we're going to go ahead and take some more shots, and we're going to tune back in on the next part 2 of this chowder excursion. So, oh, you know what? Those oysters just look phenomenal. I know my sister's not going to try an oyster, but I think I'm going to eat one right off camera. All right, guys, listen. I want to thank you guys for tuning in, and I look forward to seeing you guys on part 2 of my seafood chowder. Bye for now.